When replacing a sink, if you find the P-trap doesn't align with the drain pipe, don't worry. I'll now show you how to fix this misalignment. The solution is very simple and anyone can do it. Now you may have seen this kind of a flexible drain adapter in your home center. Do not buy those. They are not code and you will have problems. They will clog. It'll be a nightmare. That's not the right way to do it. I'm going to show you the right way. So what you need are these parts coming out of the wall. You need something that's going to be adaptable, right? So that you can put this drain can slide in and out. So that gives you lateral movement, right? This can slide into the wall as much as needed. And if it's too long, you can actually cut it off and whatever. And if you ever need to replace the sink in the future, no problem. You just rip this all out. You can replace the P-trap. It's pretty inexpensive. And this is the P-trap here actually. And I also have an extension here because there's never going to be a situation where your sink is low enough to actually go right into this trap. So you always need an extension too. So just pick it up. If you wind up not using it, great. Take it back. Most likely this is what you need. And the only other thing we need is PVC cement for this joint right here. Now we are going to cut into the drain pipe coming out of the wall. Alright, we have to cut behind this fitting right here. And we want to leave this as long as possible and just cut this piece off and everything else will come away. Now I'm using a hacksaw here to cut this, because that's probably the easiest. It is going to take some time though, and I guess you could use if you've got some kind of a sawzall reciprocating saw, something like that. It'll make a lot of dust though. Alright, now you can see this has taken off, and that's the old pipe inside. It is glued, so there's no way to get it out. You have to cut it. And if you get to a point where you're cutting back and there's not enough room, well, you've got no alternative than to open the wall and replace it or extend it or do something. Call a plumber. Now this is jagged here. You can't glue onto the jagged part, so you gotta use some kind of sandpaper, whatever you got. Just get rid of the burrs. I like to get rid of the burrs on the inside too, because it can restrict the flow of water. And now just to test fit, that's gonna go on like that. This is real easy to do. Now, the first thing you need is the cleaner. This is a purple primer. It's primer cleaner kind of thing. You always use this first, and this just gives it a better surface for the glue to stick to. And you're gonna put it on both surfaces. So the new port as well as the existing pipe. You can see it in there, and it's good to have paper towels under your work because this stuff will stain whatever you get it on. Put that one aside. Now we're going to use the PVC glue or cement, and this is all-purpose. It works with different kinds. White, PVC, ABS, which is black. And the same way we're going to glue both surfaces. Put it on here and put it inside here. And we put it together in a little twist. It's in-seated good. And then you just hold it. Give it like 15 seconds and then you should be good. Alright, here you can see it is done. That's all we need. That adapts the P-trap to the house plumbing. Now the rest of it is really easy. Now these kits come with 2 size gaskets. Now what's the difference? Well, this is 1.5 inches and this one is 1.25 inches. The 1.25 inches is typical what you're gonna find coming from your sink. And so that's what goes there. And you want it so the tapered side goes down. But before you put that on, you gotta put this above it. Otherwise there's no point. That's that way. Then you've got the extension and odds are you're gonna wind up cutting the extension, and that's fine. I'm just gonna put it on here finger tight for now. Alrighty, now this part of the P-trap is what slides into the wall. And you can see this one can go in pretty darn far. So I don't think I need to cut that at all. But what I do need is a nut here. And again, there's gonna be a little washer right here too. So you wanna put a nut on here and then the washer. Now this piece right here also needs another one of these gaskets. These are the things that stop it from leaking. Now that sits right against the bottom of the P-trap. Now the P-trap is intended to hold water. And I mean hold water. In other words, water sits down in here and it prevents sewer gases from coming back up. So that's the purpose of the P-trap. And the reason why you want to do it like this, I'm going to show you the magic here, is because, look at this, I can push it into the wall, out of the wall, as far as I need, and I can turn this wherever I need. So this will work for any drain, no matter where it lands here. So now what I need to do is say, okay, I need a pencil. Now we're just gonna mark this extension right about here to say, alright, that's how low it has to go. And then we're gonna cut that. I think right around here should be fine. Now I'm gonna take the P-trap off again, can make sure that I have this in the right place. And just like before, the piece coming down needs a nut and gasket. And if you forget these, it's guaranteed to leave, and if you use them the right way, you shouldn't need any kind of plumber's putty or any kind of sealant. It should work just the way it's intended. The other trick here is that you should only go hand tight. If it's got little fins like this, these are not meant for any kind of pliers. So if it's leaking, you did something wrong. And this is the last one that has to go on. And you can see, I don't want to push that in. I'm gonna actually slide the gasket a little bit so that I'm not putting too much strain on all these other fittings. And then this just fits in. Again, hand tight. That should be good. Now turn on the water supply valve. Let's turn on the faucet and check for any leaks. You can actually see, the water going through it. And you can also see why you needed the extension, because the tube that came with the sink only comes to here. So, and the P-trap is far below it. One other test I want to do, I always do this too. With the pop-up installed, I'm filling up the sink to do two things. Number one, I want to test this overflow. And number two, I'm going to open the pop-up and let the water rush down the drain, and we'll make sure that it's not leaking. Now, the moment of truth, I'm gonna let the water run hard. That's coming out of the overflow. You go, completely solved. So the next time you go to change a sink in your house, whether it be in a bathroom or the kitchen or anywhere else, and it doesn't line up with your existing plumbing, you know what to do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.